Hey, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel on this update Wednesday, we'll call it, because it is Wednesday, April 20th. I just want to give a quick update of my payment disputes, as you can see on the screen, and what happened with them. And did it get worse? Excuse me. So, as you can see, I recorded back in February that I had a couple of payment disputes that people had used a freight forwarding company and were basically saying that they don't recognize the charge after the stuff is delivered, blah, blah, blah. I'll include a link. I'm going to try to include a link maybe somewhere right here. I'm not entirely sure how to do that though, so I may not include it. Or maybe I'll put a link down below in the description if I could figure that out too. At any rate, so here's the first one. This was the first one I had. It was closed on March 2nd. The buyer's payment institution sided with the buyer, but the good news is you're protected for this dispute, and so on and so forth. And they gave me my money back, the $619.98, or whatever it was after the fees. So, good news. There. Now let's get into the rest of the news. This one. April 12th, 2022. Dispute opened from, I recognize that name. Oh, that was the one from here. What are they disputing now? So as it turns out, this purchase was made on February 3rd and delivered on February 6th. This purchase was made on February 7th before I caught on to this whole scheme and stopped shipping to that bad shipping address. And lo and behold, it was delivered on February, let me see here. It's delivered on February 10th. And on April 12th, they opened a dispute saying they do not recognize the transaction. This was made 4 days after the first purchase that they tried to scam me on. And they wait 60 days about after it was delivered to open up, like all of a sudden on April 12th, they're like, oh, I don't recognize that one either. So I called eBay and I expressed my displeasure with them even entertaining this. It's like my money just gets tied up because of this. Like, I stopped shipping to the address. I did what eBay told me to do. I was already these many transactions deep into that address. I was a repeat buyer, so it seemed okay. Everyone had positive feedback, though low. And they allow it to happen anyway. So now I'm waiting on that, waiting to find out what happens with that one. Hopefully it could be resolved quickly in the same manner as the first one from this bad eBayer, if you will. And like, I know the people at the call center, I feel bad that they probably get a lot of stuff from sellers, and like they just basically have a script that they have to stick to, and there's not much more you can do after that. But it was infuriating. So, as if that wasn't infuriating enough, let's see. Last night, regarding the second, saw it pop up on the screen earlier, the second dispute that I had back in February, I received this. April 19th, dispute closed. The payment institution sided with the buyer. eBay refunded the buyer for the dispute amount and deducted the funds from you. Well, why would you deduct the funds from me? You told me I was when I called, you told me I was protected under the seller protection. But now if you disagree with the outcome and are eligible for seller protection, you can appeal this decision. And at 670, like, this person scammed me. Like, it's not like this is almost like saying I charged their credit card for the sale. It's like, no, it has nothing to do with that. And so what makes this even more infuriating is that eBay gave me the money on March 15th for this. So I presumed it was over with and they sided in my favor and I moved on with my life. March 15th. A month and 4 days later, it's finalized and then not in my favor. It really, it's like, it's annoying when the first thing happens, but you give it time, you let the system do what it's supposed to do. One positive outcome, then you presume a second positive outcome because they gave you the money, and then boom, a third from the initial scammer, and then another kick in the teeth when they're saying that eBay refunded the buyer. It's just like, I don't know. So I do have an email in with eBay to a connection that I have there. Hopefully I can seek some sort of reversal of this one in particular and a quick resolution to the other one, because I mean, that's cut and dry. The person 4 days didn't notice a bad transaction or didn't recognize the transaction until 60 days after delivery, when they already had done one 2 months prior. It's just sickening. But you know, I'm not going to sell stuff like this anymore. I'm just going to try and stick to cheap cards to sell. You know, $100 and under, $100 and under. Really gear things towards like collector and then even other things. You know, as I expand, you know, into different action figures and comics that I have, and just, you know, try and cut back on some of this scammy nonsense. But that's the update. I wish it was all good news and clear skies, but it's not. And that's it. I will give you an additional update to this update, hopefully when things are worked out, and hopefully it is quick. All right, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.